Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Well, that's absolutely right. It's the Bit Weird but Fair Enough, I guess, podcast, and today I've got the crew from the Strange Times Show podcast.com. There's Kat. Hello, Kat.
Yeah, how's it going, mate?
There's Dom. Hello, Dom.
Good morning, afternoon, evening. How are you?
And there's... We still calling you Davian?
Yeah, why not?
All right, there's Davian.
Damien this week.
Tell me, guys, how long has the Strange Time Show been going on?
Too fucking long.
Fuck me dead. About 13, 14 years, isn't
Yeah,
it,
too
Kat?
long.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
About 13 or
And
14 years
we're-
now.
Yeah, something like
We're
that.
well over 500 episodes too now, aren't we?
Yeah, last one was 513.
Yeah, and as Don pointed out earlier, we have about 9,000 if Davian didn't cut all the ones that he wasn't funny on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Got a fucking reputation to keep up.
We went through a stage of releasing ones that is not a proper ones, and I can't remember why. Maybe they were shorter. But there was about
I
10
think-
or 15 of them, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
when you were approaching your 500th episode, I'm sure there are about 10 episodes out there that are about a minute long. Just to
It
have
sounds
the
like the
numbers.
sort of stupid fucking thing I'd do.
But yeah, Strange Times, they fit in with the Bit Weird because the times are strange and they talk about them. I want to throw some weird UK laws at you if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wonder if you actually are aware of any of these. It's illegal to carry a plank of wood along a pavement. Did you know that?
I was not aware of that.
There are different circumstances where, you know, if you're loading or unloading a truck, etc., that's fine. But otherwise, yeah, if you're just having a wander with a plank of wood, that's illegal. I mean, British lawmakers understand that the plank with Eric Sykes and Tommy Cooper is not a documentary, right?
One
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what I was gonna say,
greatest
yeah.
films of all time, that.
That's a main comedy trope from British sitcoms, was someone carrying a plank in. Oi, Dave, what?
Just before they asked for 4 candles.
It must have been a slow day in the law office for them to go, you see that plank last night? Yeah. Well, that could happen. We should probably...
No, there's probably a
Make a law against
Put him
backstory
in the
to
tower.
this. Something nasty must have happened to one of the lawmakers for him to have a grudge against either planks of wood or carpenters in general. So
Yeah, well,
maybe there was a carpenter
atheist, maybe.
maybe there was a carpenter that smashed his wife's back doors in.
Oh, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. They hate Jesus and saw him dragging a plank down the fucking road and thought, right, we're putting a law against that.
Nothing good comes of people, carrying wood along the road. All right.
Aye.
But speaking of Tommy Cooper and Bit Weird stuff, you guys know that he died on stage, right?
Yes, he did.
And that you
Yeah.
can watch it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on YouTube, and people were asking, "Is there a doctor in the house?" And everyone was like, "Oh, he's funny, he's a wacky comedian." I
Quick,
didn't
Yeah.
actually believe it.
call him an
For
ambulance.
quite a while.
He's an ambulance.
Yeah,
He's an ambulance.
yeah, he collapsed on the stage. I watched it again yesterday when I was writing this up because I'm morbid, I guess. But yeah, he does this big collapse and falls into the curtains, and the crowd's laughing, and then very slowly some hands come out from behind the curtains and just kind of drag him off.
Do you know, that got me to vinegar strokes almost as quick as watching the Bud Dwyer video.
I said drag him off.
Not famous.
Yes.
I think it's
Alright.
happened more than you realise. I know Sid James did exactly the same. James died on stage in a club in Sunderland. Yeah, live on stage.
wow.
I don't think it was wasn't on TV, it was on stage, but exactly the same scenario. People thought he was joking and he wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, it's not fair. Like back in the day when not everyone had a camera in their pockets. It's not fair. I want to see that.
Maybe that might. In fact, that's a plot for a film. That some sort of government department who have to go back and film things to document it to make sure it happened. And that's the time travel. That's all right. Copyright. Copyright.
So that could be Looper too, but instead of killing people, they just have to stand there with a video and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
they can't interfere whatsoever, but they need to document it because we're all fake news and everything, so we need actual proof. Trump's going to cancel Space Force and he's going to create this time force, but you're not allowed to interfere.
Well, how far back can they go though? Can they go back and I think people will be upset if they go back and see that dinosaurs are all covered in feathers and didn't roar. For example.
I'm not sure.
I was just looking up a list of other famous people that died live on stage, but I can't find anyone else of real interest. No.
Jack Ruby died on TV.
So did RFK, didn't he?
Yeah, and Jimmy Fallon died on TV every fucking night.
Oh,
I was going to make a reference to us every week when we record.
I'm going to tell you about the next one. UK law states it's illegal to linger after a funeral.
That's what the Cranberry song was about.
Very weird and sad UK law. You're not allowed to linger after a funeral. It's also been enforced in recent times. Like a lot of these things don't get enforced. But apparently someone called Frank Blades wasn't in any rush to leave the graveside of his wife. Stayed for an extra 20 minutes longer than he was meant to and received a £160 fine.
What a cunt.
Fucking hell, that's a bit Rodney Marsh, isn't it?
So it was originally put in place so that gravediggers could get on with their work. I suppose the gravediggers feel a bit self-conscious digging holes next to somebody who's bawling. But
do you dig
graves? Don't like defiling corpses.
What did somebody think of the gravediggers? It's against the law to jump the queue at a tube station. How about that? I mean, obviously, we consider people cunnies if they do, but it's actually illegal.
Actually illegal?
Yeah. Okay. It's also on the tube illegal to gamble or sing to the annoyance of any person. So there you go. And I think if that was
enforced, get people busking on my trams when I was driving them. That's even the shits.
Oh God, I bet that was awful.
Yeah, if you're just driving along and they're fucking on. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to sing a few songs, and if you feel like you're it, mate, get off.
Yeah. I bought a ticket. I don't fucking care. You bought a ticket.
Yeah.
I like the idea of you waiting till someone's going to toss some money in their hat and then jamming the brakes on so the money goes everywhere.
Ooh.
There's a law preventing you from sliding on ice or snow in London.
What?
So,
what?
Making or using a slide upon ice or snow in any street or thoroughfare is banned if it creates common danger to your fellow Londoners, according to the Metropolitan Police Act of 1989.
Well, that's absolutely crazy.
You can be fined up to £500, and yes, there you go. Common danger. That's not a term I've heard before. Any insight there?
That's a Steven Seagal film, isn't it?
I get it's another one that makes sense, but how the fuck would you enforce that?
Yeah.
And you're going to arrest a 7-year-old for making a fucking slide? Come on.
Yeah. Put him next to those James Bolger killers in jail.
Oh, the woke karate will do it.
What are you in for? Sliding. What are you in for? Killing a toddler. Oh,
whistling on a Tuesday.
Well, they're actually free. They're in Australia somewhere. I don't know who signed up for that.
Yeah, at least one of them are.
Deary me. Moving on swiftly. Sounding your horn through anger is illegal. You can get a £50 fine. With the possibility of raise. Yeah. I mean, what's the point of a horn if not to show anger?
Well, by the highway code in the UK, it is to announce your presence at a junction. It's not actually to say "oi." It's to say "I am here."
Well, yeah. I think you wouldn't take too long to get.
Fuck off.
I think it wouldn't take too long to get your head beaten in if you turned up at an intersection. Beep beep, I'm here. Will you beep at me for?
That's right. I've just read, speaking of weird laws, apparently in Western Australia, it's illegal to possess more than 50 kilograms of potatoes.
Yeah, we've spoken about that before. Big potato trying to quash their opposition. I don't understand that at all. That's obviously, well, allegedly, some in the pocket kind of gear for potato officials over there, trying to stymie competition.
And taking or harming a registered homing pigeon is a criminal offence in Victoria. That's That's when your sex life went down south, didn't it?
Well, I would. This is what gets me about these laws. They're oddly specific. Surely harming any animal is illegal. Why are we drilling down on the pigeon?
Well,
That's the problem.
Pigeon. Yeah, that's the problem. No, over here in the UK, if you drive in your motor vehicle and you hit a cat, you can carry on and whistle.
Oh, yeah.
Happy. If you hit a dog, you have to stop and report it.
Yeah.
And
What?
you do. Yep. And you get bigger cats than some small dogs, but still, fuck it. Fuck the cat. It's in the gutter. Leave it there.
Back to sex
Is that
life.
widely known? Is that widely known law?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's outrageous. Because say if you had a Maine Coon cat, they're like about the size of bloody Labradors.
Can't say that. Fucking no.
I'm trying to imagine, someone driving, hitting something, going, "Oh my god!" Getting out. Oh, thank Christ, it's just a cat.
No.
I think a lot of thought's been put into hitting animals with vehicles, because if I was driving along the road and Davian was driving behind me in his Tory vehicle and I hit a pheasant,
fuck off.
If I hit a pheasant, I could not get out and put it in the boot and take it home and eat it, because that would be poaching. But if Davian stopped, picked up the pheasant I had just hit, he could take it home quite legally, and it wouldn't be called poaching or hunting. It would be roadkill.
Wow, and delicious.
Pheasant is very nice, actually. It's very nice. A very gamey.
All the pheasant pluckers out there.
Yes. I only pluck the pheasant when the pheasant plucker's late. Yeah.
All right, last law here. It's an act of treason to put a British stamp on upside down.
Oh.
So this is because sticking a stamp upside down is an act of defiance, and it's considered an attempt to dispose of the monarchy in the Treason Felon Act of 1848.
Oh dear.
So I suspect this is another one that's not enforced, but also thankfully it's not, because there was a part of the law that previously stated if found guilty, you would be transported beyond the seas for the term of your natural life. So,
It's a bit dramatic.
Sending them off to Australia, 1848. That's the right time period.
Well, there you go. Free holiday.
End of transportation.
Free holiday,
Yeah.
Just it costs you the price
If you
of
want
the
to come to
stamp.
Australia, just fill up, quit your job, and send the stamp to some police station with on the envelope with the stamp upside down, and just pack your bags and off you go.
Yeah, one problem with that, a first class stamp costs about £2 nowadays. Ridiculously enough.
That's outrageous.
Not waste. That's a fucking waste.
Yeah, I've got some stuff here that I found, because I've got to piss off in about 15 minutes, so I thought I'll just interrupt and go next. That's
Very good.
Okay. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins.
That's all right.
Now,
Sloth.
the question about that is, how did they find out?
Well, they're in this snuff film, and
Porn film.
it's a sloth snuff.
Yeah. I mean, scientists, we need more scientists in the world, but obviously there was a scientist somewhere just holding a sloth underwater for a quiet period of time.
Well, 40 minutes you'd have been holding him there for.
Honestly, though, when you think about it, how would they know?
They must have a stopwatch. Saw a sloth go underwater, fall down a tree or something, and then stand there rather than rescuing it, just have a stopwatch. See how
No,
long it takes to get out.
no, they got some concrete blocks and tied it to their feet.
That's what I was thinking. Some sort of crossover with the Cosa Nostra.
Yeah, actually, yeah. They didn't say he got out of the water, did they? They just said he could hold his breath. So,
Yeah.
and hold his breath for 20 minutes, then die. It's
There you go.
Okay, it's 40 minutes and the squirming stopped. There we
Yeah.
go.
Take
There we
that,
go.
wokerati.
The pizza guy trope from porn films is actually a tax loophole. In the 70s and 80s, porn films would include a 3 to 5 minute plot just to qualify as cinema, rather than obscene material. Yeah, so we have to put some bullshit in just so we can fucking avoid paying tax. All right. Oh, yeah, pizza guy. All right, get your cock out.
I thought you were going to say so they could write the catering off as well.
yeah.
Well, they probably did.
Yeah. You got salami on that pizza? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I got salami.
That reminds me of Davian went to the butcher's to buy salami. And the guy said, "Do you want it sliced?" And David said, "What do you think? I get my money box." Funny was a joke. Anyway,
Yeah.
they sometimes in porn films they use mashed potato to substitute other bodily fluids, so they mix it up and just sort of water it down. Yeah,
That's horrifying. Well, actually,
Yeah.
not as horrifying as the other stuff, but
he's run dry. Quick, get the potato out. So they actually use potato, and yeah.
Jesus.
well, they forgot what they were doing.
Mash
And
get
added the gravy on that
smashed.
one. KFC
Yeah.
mash and gravy, maybe.
Yeah, I got some conspiracy theory stuff, and a lot of this is the things I found are just that things aren't real. So I'll rattle some off. I thought the moon doesn't exist.
Fuck's sake.
According to the theory, and the moon is just a projection created by NASA and other space agencies, and some believe it's a hologram and lunar eclipses are glitches. Yeah, so
I'm going to
the
say
moon
not
doesn't
fair
exist.
enough. It's
Another
a
one,
bit weird.
Yeah.
Finland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finland,
Finland, not real. Yeah.
Finland.
The Reddit-born theory claims Finland was invented by Japan and the Soviet Union so they can secretly fish the Baltic Sea without interference.
If the Soviet Union invented Finland, why didn't they beat them in World War II?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Finland
I don't
held a massive resistance to USSR of great embarrassment to them, I think.
And
Yeah.
what's next to Norway? What's next to Norway? Is it just empty space and then Russia a couple of hundred miles away?
Yeah, that's it. Also, birds, not real.
Oh, fuck off.
Heard that one.
What birds? Not real. Oh,
They actually,
fuck off.
birds are government surveillance drones. The phrase "birds charging the power lines" is used as proof they're actually recharging.
Jesus.
Also,
Mad.
sorry, Stu, but Australia also doesn't exist. Flat
Oh,
Earthers
that's true.
push the idea that Australia is a hoax created by the British government. According to them, everyone you ever met from Australia is a paid actor.
Was a paid actor. They've all been on.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Yeah, they have all been on Neighbours, haven't they? That's right.
Yeah, that's right. And also, snow.
But-
Snow is fake, not real.
Snow-
Just another one. They believe that the government control the weather and snow is fake. So in videos where snowballs supposedly wouldn't melt with a lighter. Spoiler, it's real snow, just undergoing sublimation. So a lot of things not real, apparently.
As the late, great
Why?
Bill Hicks would say, there's some real pockets of humanity out there. Really?
Yeah, I don't want to be unfair, but
I'm not racist, but
can I, I've done some work in the courts here, and there is a huge correlation between the people that come in that are sovereign citizens, conspiracy theories, all that, and meth addiction. So you can believe in conspiracy theories without being on ice, but there's a good big crossover. That's all I'm saying.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And also, Denver International Airport is said to sit on top of an underground bunker for global elites, and it's filled with Illuminati, Nazis, and satanic imagery. Um,
Was this
people point
on
to
the
its
same
creepy
website
horse
as the mashed
statue
potato
and
stuff?
weird murals. Yeah.
I'm gonna have nightmares over that mashed potato thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait till next Sunday lunch.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I've ruined that. Now for you, haven't I?
Yeah. Why are you serving up that mashed potato in your chest?
I'll have a nice
Yeah.
arc of mashed potato, please. On my plate.
Frozen rope. All right. Goodbye, cat.
Check out.
See you soon, mate.
All right.
See you,
All right,
Stonker.
guys.
Really do despair hearing some of those conspiracy theories, though, don't you?
Yeah, these people can vote and breed. It's very disturbing.
What about you, Davian? What's your weird thing?
Oh, my weird
And
thing.
don't
Well,
say penis.
well, yeah. Apart from that, I do have a weird thing, kind of in the sports,
We know.
sports and games arena,
Oh, yeah.
and it's vaguely topical because one's just happened. It's the sport known as the Cooper's Hill cheese rolling and wake. Now, it's actually been in the news recently because there's quite a spectacular one with lots of carnage. But theatre of the mind, picture, if you will, a load of old English idiots in bumfuck England. And it's a big, steep hill, like very steep. We're talking about 45 degrees. And the idea is to get this big sort of 4-kilogram round of double Gloucester cheese. You send it down the hill, rolling as fast as it can, and all the local idiots run after it to try and catch the cheese. And a lot of very serious injuries happen because it's just pissed blokes running down a hill really fast. And yeah.
Yeah, imagine being in the local hospital and rusted on that day and go, Jesus, should have asked for this off. This was actually going to be my weird product because I wanted to find a UK themed weird product, but I think the fact that this is a tourist thing and people come from all around to do the cheese rolling is a product in itself.
Absolutely.
But madness. I saw a bit of video from this year. A guy had a good 3 seconds of airtime.
Oh yeah, he caught air.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
And sort of it pans down, and the last thing we see is a kind of brick fence, brick wall of some kind.
Yeah, nice bit of barbed wire.
Yeah, but apparently he wasn't injured and just got up and went for another pint.
Flesh wound,
which seems to be the spirit of the occasion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that plays a very big part in it. Because if you limp, you're relaxed.
Yeah, and it is a tourist thing because there have been winners from Australia, Belgium, Canada, Egypt, Germany, Japan, New Zealand, and the United States.
Oh, you're on the same Wikipedia page then?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Does that get your Brexit hackles up? All these people from all these foreigners winning it?
Oh, well, not for me, but I'm not one of those dodgy gammons.
I couldn't see this happening in a country that doesn't have a national health service because it'd be very expensive to start breaking legs.
It would be, yeah.
You're in America or something.
First one in 1948 by Roy Mitchell. There you go. Oh my goodness, they did a women's one. Because, of course, women and men couldn't run at the same time then. It would have caused nuclear fusion or something.
Yeah.
Good old Gene Simpson, though. Nice one, love.
But the official title is the Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling and Wake. And when I saw that, I assumed that the wake was for all the people that died on the way down the hill.
Possibly.
Yeah, with some, right?
I think wake can mean any kind of festival or holiday, though.
Maybe they meant wank.
Well, that's extra points if you can manage that on your way down the hill.
Now, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Mashed potato all over the place. Start making a big story from the room.
All right, Dom.
Dear. Oh.
I've not really got many, so let's chip in on yours. I know the fruit orange was named after the colour, not the other way around, because originally it was green. As was tomatoes were orange randomly. Is it tomatoes? Hang on,
I thought that
No,
carrots
that's
used to be a different colour.
carrots. There you go,
Carrots,
straight in
yes,
there.
that's right.
That's what I was thinking. Carrots were a different colour, and they were bred to be orange for the Protestant, whoever it was in
Fucking hell.
Holland. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's weird that to breed, like how things get kind of bred a certain way or engineered a certain way, and then that's just how they are. That's how they're always known.
Yeah.
It's easier than you think, probably. Maybe the island of Dr. Moreau could happen after all.
I
Maybe.
think it has.
Maybe.
All right.
Epstein Island.
Thank you for that. Now, please don't take offense.
Right.
My bit weird thing is English cuisine.
Oh, beautiful.
And I'm going to ask you some questions about it, and I just want to know if you're on board with these. And I think there's a reason why wherever you go in the world, there are always Italian restaurants, there are always Thai restaurants, there are always Chinese restaurants, Greek restaurants. There are never UK restaurants. There's a reason for that, I think. Again, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm just going to read a few things out to you, and I just want your kind of first opinions on them.
All right.
Traditional London dish, jellied eels.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Made by boiling eels and allowing them to cool in their own gelatinous stock.
Yeah. It's just wrong. It really is wrong.
Do you know people who eat this?
No.
Cockneys, it's a southern thing.
Fucking horrible.
So I wonder if a lot of these are just like fairly archaic, but no one's, because everyone's just eating KFC and stuff now. What about haggis? Have you eaten haggis?
No,
Haggis is
I've
beautiful.
not actually. I wouldn't mind trying some.
Don?
Haggis is lovely. Haggis is really, really nice. If you go to a chippy in Scotland, you can get haggis and chips, black pudding and chips, white pudding, red pudding and chips, all of it battered. It's really nice.
Good.
An interesting fact for you: in Scotland, supper means and chips. So you go to a chippy and you have a fish supper. It just means fish and chips. That's what the supper part of it means.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So that's like what we call a meal deal these days.
So tell the good folks what's in a haggis then.
Yeah, so it's oats and other ingredients inside a sheep's stomach.
Yeah.
So is that chewy? How's it easy to get? Is it easy to get through a sheep's stomach?
I don't know. I should imagine
No,
it's similar to a big sausage.
Yeah, the sheep's stomach pie is just like a sausage skin. That's the thickness of it. Is
That thin?
Yeah, and you can't taste anything. It's not like tripe. You're probably
Right.
imagining like cow stomach tripe. You're probably
Yes.
thinking it's like a big. No, it's not. It's thin. It's like a sausage thickness.
Right.
And
Tripe.
the barley, the offal, they're all mixed together. So it's almost like the texture of a sausage, but a sausage that sort of then crumbles a bit as you press down on it.
My dad used to eat a lot of tripe. It's not.
Fucking gross. Tripe and beetroot can get in the fucking bin.
Yeah, I agree. Tripe sanguine, beetroot sanguine.
Have you heard of
Although-
stargazy pie? Oh, sorry, mate. Go on.
Stargazing.
No, sorry, I was going to say, for you, don't you Australians put beetroot on everything on their burgers?
On burgers, not much else though. Like beetroot is a very overpowering kind of thing to add to anything.
Yes.
If you add beetroot to it, then everything just tastes like beetroot. There's no other flavor.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it kind of works in a burger. I'm 50-50 on it, to be honest.
Nah,
I'm not sure.
I can't.
All right. Would you rather a slice of beetroot or a ring of pineapple on your burger?
Oh, ring of pineapple. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say pineapple.
Yeah, why not?
How's that
Fruits
not
and meat
more overpowering?
always go. Nah, fruit and meat go well. I
Yeah,
love a bit of fruit and meat.
absolutely. Damn
Well,
right,
What I
Matiga.
don't like,
Well, actually, I've got
What
a
I
couple of
don't
things
like-
coming up that might test that.
Oh,
yeah, I was going to say, what I don't like is what you just mentioned, stargazy pie, because I know what that is.
yeah.
Do you, Davian?
No, I don't. What's that?
So
It's a pie that has fish heads sticking out the top.
Oh,
looking at the sky.
no. Bollocks to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
It's like the old
So it's
cliched,
stargazy because the fish are looking up at the stars out of the pastry.
yeah, like the sort of pie you'd see on an old Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yeah, possibly.
Horrible.
Pilchards, eh?
Don't like to eat things where you can see the face.
Well, that's an edible face too. You can just bite the face straight off from a stargazy pie if you wanted to.
Bollocks to that. Get in a fucking bin.
Yeah, enough for me.
Oh,
I love
bollocks
it- I
would
love a
probably appear on
seafood
this
pie.
list somewhere.
Yeah. Bollocks are prairie, what are they called? Prairie something.
Hot dogs.
Bison testicles or buffalo testicles. The prairie oysters. That's it.
Prairie oysters. I thought those were your
bollocks.
drag name.
Prairie oysters.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Are
Go on.
you aware of how bizarre the concept of black pudding is to people from other countries?
Yeah. I'm not a fan myself, to be honest.
I like it. I like a black pudding. I'm not racist like him.
Well, is there something you can tell us what it tastes like? Because I can't see a situation where I'll be asking for some of that.
Do you know what? I'm the worst person to ask to describe taste because my taste buds are pretty shit. When I quit smoking in 2006, I quit smoking on the 6th of the 6th, 06, because it was a good
Oh.
date. I remember it. And I fully expected my taste buds to come back and I'll be tasting everything. I'll be like, oh, it'll be amazing. And no, I'm not tasting vanilla or sandalwood in anything. So I'm really crap at describing things. But
Yeah.
black pudding tastes savoury. It's a texture thing. It doesn't taste like blood, if that's what you're getting at.
I wouldn't know where to start with what it tastes like. I do note, however, that you've said that you like haggis and black pudding, and then added your taste buds are fucked. So
Maybe
it's something,
maybe it's a texture thing I like. I can't taste it, but I like the texture. Maybe. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to have some
Yeah,
mashed
Scotch eggs.
potato? Oh, Scotch eggs are
Scotch
nice.
eggs on this list, but I actually think it sounds all right. So I'm going to
That's
skip
lovely.
past that
Yeah,
because that
it's
sounds good. Actually.
Nice bit of sausage meat, breadcrumbs, and egg.
All right. Now I'm getting into the really minging stuff.
Uh-oh.
So,
All right. So we've all heard of humble pie, but
Yeah,
apparently there's also humble pie without the H. In medieval times, humble pie was made out of the innards of deer,
Oh, God.
and it was like a low peasanty kind of food because wealthy people, for some reason, venison was beneath them. So humble pie was something that the low people ate, and so eating humble pie meant that you were lowering yourself a little bit.
okay, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's where it came from.
I think so. Yes. Now, blancmange.
Oh, blancmange. Blanky mange.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it
Great
means
Great
the-
band from the 80s.
Oh, yeah, dancing on the
This-
ceiling.
yeah.
Or was it
Now,
living?
this is you mixing up your sweets and your savories. Blancmange was white meat, so like usually fish, rice, almond milk, and sugar originally.
Was it?
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Um,
not sure like that for pudding.
And this was actually an elitist kind of dish. It was very fashionable to mix the sweet and savory and expensive ingredients. What's expensive about that? Almond milk, I suppose. Imagine almond milk in olden times. That would have been fucking difficult to get a hold of. Have a lot of
The
peasants
nipples on
squeezing
the
those
milk.
almonds.
Jeepers.
But yes, any defense of the blancmange on your side?
No, not really.
No.
It's like
The one who's pink and
nah,
sweet, there's no savoury and no fish in it. So, at least not since I've had it.
nah.
Also, it's a English dish with a French name. That's a bit weird.
Oh,
What
yeah.
about-
Yeah.
What about Snail Water?
Oh, great band.
Sorry.
Got all their albums.
So it's so the French obviously eat snails, but British recipes from the 18th century describe a thing called snail water, which meant distilling them in milk or wine, and then adding some ingredients like raisins, rosewater, licorice, or crushed earthworms.
Bloody hell.
Jesus, what?
But okay, so the upside of this is that it wasn't actually consumed for pleasure. It was a remedy against consumption and other respiratory illnesses. Of course, that goes without saying, surely. Bit of snail, fix your lungs right up.
Jeepers.
I'll take a Coca-Cola instead. With
Yeah.
cocaine in it.
Here's the worst one. Fish curry ice cream.
Yeah, that
So-
is just
Curry
plain
ice cream.
wrong. I mean, no.
Agnes Marshall was known as the Queen of Ices in the Victorian era. She was published ice cream recipe books. She's credited with first pairing ice cream with a wafer, so you got to give her some credit there.
Oh,
Uh,
fancy.
Oh, fair play.
She had strawberry, banana, cucumber ice cream recipes, but then she had souffle of curry la ripon, fish curry ice cream. The recipe calls for onions, sour apples, coconut, almonds, and herbs fried with fish, curry paste, and pureed and mixed with aspic and whipped cream.
That sounds fucking revolting.
You
No.
again, you seem like an experimental sort of fellow, Davian. You could try this.
Yeah, I'm not big
Right.
on fish to start with, to be honest.
And just to make it even
no, I
more
love
gross, it was often garnished with prawns. So there you go.
No, that's just all types of
Okay.
wrong.
No, that reminds me. I've just had to look the person up, and it's almost like serendipity. So there was a Victorian scientist who had an eccentric habit. He wanted to eat every single animal on Earth to get the taste. So yeah, all sorts. He used to eat mice on toast, porpoises, panthers. He had blue bottles and flies, blue bottle flies. He believed in something called zoophagy, which is the practice of eating animal flesh. So every time London Zoo had one of the animals die, he was rich. He used to buy it and eat it. An interesting thing about him is his name was William Buckland.
Oh.
Wasn't he the witch? Yeah,
He was-
which
He
guy?
was probably related to you.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a witch guy, but I have read something because it reminded me. He described some of the things he ate, and he didn't like flies. He thought they were disgusting.
Oh, right. No, I'm thinking of there's somebody called Raymond Buckland who's like a big witchy guy over there. He's written Buckland's Complete Book of Witchcraft. There you go. I tried to impress goths at uni with that fact. They weren't impressed, but anyway.
That would have impressed me.
All right, parting oddity. Can I throw a quick story at you to leave with tonight?
Go on then.
And if you feel a bit embarrassed about that cuisine stuff, this will get your national pride back up.
Uh-oh.
It's not racist, don't worry. There was a cat who started in the Nazi Navy in World War II, then became a ship's cat in the British Royal Navy, and survived 3 sinking ships during his naval service. Unsinkable Sam was the nickname given to this cat, whose real name was Oscar. He started as a ship's cat aboard the Nazi ship Bismarck, which was sunk by the British ship HMS Cossack in 1941. This bit, the British crew found the cat floating on a board hours after the ship sank, Titanic style, took him on board and named him Oscar.
Oh, wow.
Then later in the war, the Cossack sank after being hit by a torpedo. It killed 159 crew members, but Oscar survived again and was rescued with whatever crew remained and given the nickname Unsinkable Sam. That's fair enough. His last service was aboard the HMS Ark Royal, an aircraft carrier that was also torpedoed, this time by a Nazi U-boat. And Oscar survived that attack as well. He retired after that from the Navy life, you'll be glad to know, where he retired to Belfast, where he lived in a seaman's home. Careful. And Oscar died in 1955, 14 years after the first ship he was on that sank. So I wouldn't say you'd be happy to have that cat on board because other people die around it. He's just the lucky one.
Bad news magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, innit? He's fucking cursed, that cat.
Yeah.
Why do you need a cat on board? Like, I hesitate to ask what a cat's doing to help on a boat in the Navy.
Warm.
Be a little
Warm. It's got an orifice.
That's not good, is it? Well, it's hard. What else could it be? He's just eating their fish. He's eating their Stargazer pie.
Oof,
Yeah,
jeeps.
it's true. Although I suppose if you run over it with one of the torpedoes, you don't have to report it. You just carry on.
So there you go. I mean, I was going to say there's a British war hero for you, but he was a Nazi to start off with. So yeah, I don't know. Take that one or leave it if you like.
Fair dues.
I'm surprised that's not been made into a film, that, because it sounds to be like he was
Right?
double
Yeah.
agent. Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely.
Maybe that's the next season of Slow Horses.
All good. Good show.
Thank you, fellas. I appreciate you spending so much time
That's all right.
talking to me in Bit Weird Land.
It's been a pleasure.
And yes,
Yeah,
and farewell. Thanks again.
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
And cut. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fucking ending that was. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'll zhuzh it up somehow. It's late for you guys. This is an Angry Chimp podcast.